Hello friends, myself Amit Patel. In last lecture, we have seen up to Article 21A. Now in this lecture, we'll see from Article 22 to Article 24. So friends, whenever we are dealing with Article 22, it talks about the protection from arrest and detection. So protection from arrest and detention, whenever we are talking, so we will see this article first in short way. So while learning the Article 22, it is important to know that Article 22 is having the 7 clauses. First two clauses of Article 22 are giving the are talking about punitive detention. Punitive detention. The detention is of punishment kind, and the the third clause is of exception clause, and clause 4 to 7 are described as preventive detention. So friends, this is Article 22. We'll see that Article 22 is talking about which things. First, what is meant by arrest? Arrest means to restrain a person. To restrain, and liberty is confined of that person to live in custody and control of law. To live in custody and control of law, and to restrain anyone, and liberty is confined of that person. That means that person is arrested. Now, whenever we are talking about Article 22, in first clause itself, that person is having the accused, we can say that accused is having the right to be informed on which grounds of arrest he is arrested. So the grounds should be informed. We have to tell the accused that by these grounds you have been arrested. After that, that accused should get a chance to consult the professional practitioner, means advocate. He should get a chance to ask the advice from the practitioner. After that, if the accused is having the right to be informed, in certain cases that right is not there. We'll see in next clauses. But the very famous case, Husainera Khatun versus State of Bihar, 1979. In this case, it was mentioned that free legal aid should be given. We'll see this case in detail. So friends, at the UPSC level, you have to focus on case studies also. So case studies are so much important. So Husainera Khatun versus State of Bihar 1979 case is very much famous case. And after that, what about clause second? So clause second of the Article 22 deals with right to be produced before the magistrate, means before the 24 hours that accused should be produced before a nearest magistrate. And if more than 24 hours is there, then we have to release the accused. So this is the condition in clause 2 of the Article 22. After that, preventive detention concept. This concept originated from the Defense of India Act and Bengal Regulation Act. So Bengal Regulation Act and Defense of India Act, by using this concept originated. And we are dealing with the preventive detention. So now I told already that clause 1 and 2, they are talking about what? Punitive detention. And clause 3, that is exception. And from clause 4 to clause 7, they are talking about preventive detention. Friends, now preventive detention we are doing on the basis of only suspension, that in future might be the crime will happen. So suspension is the base of preventive detention. Now, center and state both are having the right to design the preventive detention. If we'll talk about center, then center is having the right under the 7th schedule and list number 1. And center is doing the preventive detention of the subjects regarding the national security, defense, all these sectors. Center is formulating the laws. And if we'll talk about state, state is also formulating 7th schedule and list number 3. And The topic of states are maintenance of states, maintenance of states, public order, and maintenance of the peace. Excuse me, there is a net problem. So maintenance of peace, law and order, that is there regarding state. Whenever we are talking about the fourth clause of article 22, it talks about if the detention is more than if the detention is more than 3 months. If the detention is more than 3 months, then advisory board's agreement should be there. And advisory board, which are the members of advisory board, you have to comment in the section. Then maximum cannot time cannot be extended. Whenever the detention is above the 3 months, then advisory board has to tell the parliament whether the detention is legal or illegal. Friends, there is an internet problem, I guess. Hope I am audible and visible to you, because it is live lecture. And if we are seeing the fifth and sixth clauses, in fifth clause of article 22, that is mentioned that right to be informed and right to representation is involved in the clause 5 of the article 22. Right to be informed and right to be represent, right to be represented, that is mentioned in article 22 clause 5. If we'll see the clause 6, then it it is mentioned in clause 6 that if the detention, if we will inform about the detention and it is against the public interest, if the detention, if we will inform and that information is against the public interest, then we should not give the information. That is specifically mentioned in the clause 6 of article 22. Then lastly clause 7. So clause 7, clause 7 of the article 22, that is dealing with the if the detention is more than 3 months, then advisory board has to tell the parliament by which reasons that detention is extended, and that right is to the parliament, and parliament is the final boss. That is mentioned in clause 7 of the article 22. So article 22, whenever we are talking about article 22, it is, we have to observe so many things. It is not that much critical, but punitive detention, that detention by way of punishment, and then preventive detention, that detention, the base of that detention is nothing but the suspense. On the basis of suspense we are doing the detention. Then DK Basu guidelines we have to follow. Which are the DK Basu guidelines? Whenever DK Basu guidelines is there, in that guidelines it is mentioned that proper ID card should be there. Proper ID card should be there. Then whenever that police is coming, memo should be created. Then general case diary should be maintained, and in that general case diary the name of the accused relative should be mentioned. That is also that should be also there. Then inspection report of the body is there, and right to have a lawyer. These are the things, and so many things are there. One of the case is there that after 48 hours that accused body checkup should be there. So these things are mentioned in DK Basu case, and DK Basu case is that much important. So DK Basu case, whenever we'll see that DK Basu guidelines, that are the very much necessary. And if we'll see about article 22, there is one important and major point, that COFEPOSA, COFPOSA, that means conservation of foreign exchange and prevention of smuggling activities. 1974, that is the Prevention of Smuggling Activities Act 1974. That law, then POTA, then TADA, These laws you already know: PIT, NDPS, Prevention of Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs, and Psychotropic Substance Act 1998, then NSA, National Security Act, then UAPA, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. These laws and kind of laws are also included in Article 22. Are also included in Article 22. Then Article 22, whenever we are seeing, then what is much more important? These preventive detention laws. These preventive detention laws that are much more important while seeing the Article 22. Then, if minor crime is there, then if the one third is punished, out of that punishment one third is punished, then set that accused free. And if major crime is there, half of the punishment he has to carry, and after that we have to free him immediately. That is given. And Gunda Act is very much famous. What is Furious Chilli? Gunda Act. That two things I am mentioning here. You have to comment in the comment box what is Gunda Act. So friends, if we are seeing the Article 22, then these things we have to remember. That what is the Gunda Act actually? May 17 movement. These things, whenever we will observe, then only we will get the essence of Article 22. Now we'll talk about Article 23 and 24. Whenever we are talking about Article 23 and 24, these are the right against exploitation. From Article 19 to 22, we have seen the right of freedom. Then now Article right from 22 23 and 24, they are right against exploitation. So 23, whenever we are telling about 23, we have to think about the three things: beggar, forced labor, flesh trading, and human trafficking. So friends, beggar, forced labor, human trafficking, flesh trading, these things are included in 23. And whenever we are talking about 24, it talks about children below 14 years of age should not work in hazardous industry, just like mines, railways, construction sites. This is the case. So at UPSC level, you have been asked the certain questions. That questions also we will talk about. That whenever we are talking about 23, beggar, forced labor, these things we are talking about, then we are talking about the livelihood also. We can connect that article related to Article 21. 23 we are care connect to 21, right to livelihood in these terms. And 24 we can connect to 21A. We are not allowing the children to work. That means what? We have to give them education. Means 24, 21A. Now, what kinds of question they can ask UPSC at mains level? What are the constitutional safeguards guaranteed to the labor force under our constitution? And what are the right available to them under constitution? Do you think that the recent purpose changes in the labor laws are in line with the constitutional values? If you want to frame the best answer out of this question, then we have to mention the similar articles. Just like whenever we are talking about Article 23, then mostly what we have seen, we have to mention the Article 42. Article 42 is telling about maternity relief. Maternity relief means women are getting the leaves as well as their salary is continued. Maternity relief before the delivery period, after the delivery period, and during the duration. They are getting the leaves. After that, Article 43, it is talking about the living wage. Whatever wage it is necessary for the laborer, that wage he should get. After that, Article 43A. 43A is talking about the participation of labor in the management of industry. Why it is necessary participation of labor in management of industry? Because friends, whenever the worker or laborer is in problem, their problems can be understood by them only. And if they are participating in management, then only they can represent the laborers. So their representative should be there, and that is mentioned in article 43A. After that, what is the next point? Next point is article 39A, that is nothing but the free legal aid to the workers. Justice should be there. So free legal aid is there. Wage code act is introduced, and gratuity insurance cover, that is covering the risk, so that is given to the laborers. And asha workers, anganwadi workers, and midday meal workers, they are having the private, they are also getting the private food. Along with that, they are getting the social security. So by this way they can earn, and they can means get the livelihood. After that, friends, whenever we are talking about article 24, then we are talking about article 39E. So what is article 39E? So what is that 39E? Whenever we are talking about 24 talks about the children who are working in hazardous industries should not be allowed. 39 is talks about the strength of the woman. Means women should get the work according to their strength. Women should women should get the work according to their strength and capacity. That is mentioned in article 39E. So in 2005, Juvenile Justice Act, CRPC Act, Child Labor Act, Factories Act, and Mines Act were introduced, and CRCP means Commission for Protection of Child Rights is established. So friends, MC Mehta versus Union of India, that is very much famous case. In that case, that is mentioned earlier. Actually, in 2005, that came in 2016. 2016, what happened? Child art is allowed. In 2006, Dhaba Act was allowed. Under that Dhaba Act, children were not allowed to work on the dhabas and tea stalls. In 2016, actually, family business and child artists are allowed. In family business, only 3 hours are sufficient. If and real brother, real sister should be there. No cousin is allowed. After that, if he is street performer children, they have to work at only for maximum 5 hours, and before that they have to take the permission of district collector, that is given. So these things, and MC Mehta case, by MC Mehta famous case. In that case, Supreme Court guidelines were there. What was the guidelines of their? Child labor rehabilitation welfare fund should be established, and in that fund, 20,000 per child labor to be deposited by the employer. 20,000 per child, and district level DM should ensure the above. After that, child labor to be replaced by adult members of the family. So these things are mentioned by Supreme Court after the MC Mehta case. Then a separate cell in labor ministry to ensure the above regarding the child. So separate cell in the labor ministry should be there, and child labor data should be collected. So these things happen. And proposed rule 2017, it talks about the child artists, and child artist work should not be beyond the 5 hours. So this way we have seen article 22, 23, and 24. Friends, I hope that you like the content. I really worked too much hard for this lecture. So please, if you really like the content, and if you really like the lecture, please like it and subscribe it, and share with your all friends. Means share with those people who are really needy of the knowledge, because these are the free lectures. Thank you so much, and please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram ID is apcroaz, apcroz. APCROAZ. Whatever doubts you have, you can message me there, and in the comment box also you can message me. Thank you so much. That's all for the day. We'll see the next topic in the upcoming lectures. Jai Hind.